When we work in a console, we always want to improve our workflow, make things faster. Don't type so much stuff if it's not needed. Today we'll be talking about aliases and functions on a shell environment. Let's hop into the console and see what we can do with it. So we are back in our Ubuntu console, and let's create ourselves an alias and then a function. So if you are in Ubuntu system or OS X system, you always have something like bash rc or bash profile. This is the file which is being loaded when you log in and start a new session, and it contains a lot of configuration stuff. One of those configurations can be alias. We will use nano, which we got to know a little bit better in the previous videos. And let's create ourselves a first alias. So alias is a shortcut for a command. So you can create a new command which will point to some other command. So let's create ourselves an alias and let's call it my first alias. You typically wouldn't use such a long name, but today, just for a purpose of demonstration, let's use it. And then you get an equal sign and write the command you would like to alias with. So let's use ls-al. Let's exit that and save. Normally, to have it used, as you can see right now, we cannot use it, because the bash would need to be reloaded. So you can either relog in, but the easiest solution is to use a source. So if we use a source command and give the file, then it will be loaded once again. So let's click that and let's try again my first alias. And you can even see with tab it already auto-completed. And we have what we wanted. So it's the same output as I would type the same thing here. So that's briefly alias. Other thing is function. Function can do the same thing as alias, but it is more powerful and we can do more complex workflows. So let's declare here my first function, and we will use the curly brackets here. And here let's maybe create a directory mkdir and let's use $1. We will see how we can also pass arguments to this function. So when this function will run, we will give it a directory name, some kind of a parameter after my first function, and it will create for us the directory with such name. The $1 means that it will be the first argument passed to this function. We will talk about some of this bash stuff a little bit later in our videos. And then let's say we also want to add another command to cd to this newly created directory right away. Let's close the function. Let's save this file. Let's do a source one more time to reload the bash rc file. And let's try my first. Autocomplete will show us my first function, and let's call it. Let's create and cd right away to a directory my func dir. And as you can see here in our bash prompt, we are in my func directory, which is currently empty, and if we cd up and do ls-al, we have a my func dir. So that's the function. We showed today aliases and functions in bash rc, bash profile, or whatever file there will be for your shell. And as you can see, it can help improve your workflow a lot, and using functions you can create a very complex workflows which will be available with a very short command. See you next time in another video.